In this problem, we have two functions given. We want to sketch the two functions in decimals. This is easy. We can sketch them easily, as you see. We want to solve in part B, f of x is equal to 9. So x cubed plus 1 is equal to 9. And we want to find the value of x. So we want to get x isolated, subtract 1 from both sides. So x cubed is equal to 8. And x is equal to 2. Just take cube root of both sides. So the answer is 8. In part C, we want g of x to be equal to 0. So x plus 1 squared is equal to 0. In order to get rid of the square here, we apply square root to both sides, because in general, when you have x squared, you take a square root of that. The answer is x. The square will be eliminated. Here I'm talking about a non-negative value of x. So applying square root to both sides, here and here, we get x plus 1 is equal to 0. Subtract 1 from both sides, we get x equals -1. In D, we want f of x to be -12. So x cubed plus 1 is equal to -12. We want to subtract 1 from both sides. So x cubed is equal to -13. And now we apply cube root to both sides, because in general, if you have x to the n and you apply the nth root to that, so with that you get x. Also here I'm talking about non-negative x value. So which means when we have a cube, we apply cube root to both sides. So with the cube root, we'll cancel the cube, so we end up with x, and this is the cube root of -13, and that should be enough. And E, now we want g of x to be -12. So x plus 1 is equal to -12. It is impossible to square a real number and get a negative number. So there is no number you square it and you get -12. Any number, any real number, you multiply it by itself, you get positive, even if the number is negative. So this has no solution, no real number solution, no solution. In F, we want to find how many values of x does f equal to g. And in this case, we need to look at the graph of them. So as we see here in the graph, the two functions are equal when they intersect, and we see 3 intersection points. One, we have this point, we have this point, and we have this point. So they intersect, they are equal at 3 different points. And in G, find and simplify an expression for f minus g. So f of x minus g of x. F of x is x cubed plus 1. G of x is x plus 1 squared. And x plus 1 squared means x plus 1 times x plus 1. And in this case, we need to FOIL it, which means this x plus 1 minus x cubed plus 1 minus x plus 1 times x plus 1. FOIL it means, FOIL means the f means multiply first by first. The O mean multiply the outer by the outer term by the outer term. The I means multiply the inside term by the inside term. And the L means multiply the last term by the last term. So we get x cubed plus 1 minus, and I need to be careful here because this minus for the entire thing here, the entire terms. So I need to use a big parentheses for the result. I want to make sure that this negative distributed to each term that will result from the foiling. Okay, so x times x first by first, that's x squared, then x times 1 is x, then the inside term times the inside term, 1 times x is x, and finally last by last, that's 1. So with subtraction, the subtraction has to be distributed because we subtract f minus g, so the subtraction has to be distributed to every term in g. Okay, let me simplify first. So x cubed plus 1 minus, I mean, I want to combine like terms. We have 2x. And then we distribute this negative to each term. So x cubed plus 1 minus x squared minus 2x and minus 1. So the negative has been distributed. 1 will be canceled. And the final answer will be x cubed minus x squared minus 2x.